Alright, what's up everyone? So, we're gonna play a bit more Metal Gear here. It's obviously been almost a year since I've played this last, but, excuse me. I'd like to, I think, just look at this backstory tab here. I'll read through some of these. I've already gone through the first, like, 4. And then there's also some cassette tapes we never went back and listened to. And yeah, I think I would just like to kind of take my time with Ground Zeroes after all. Let this game kind of soak in and let myself fully explore it before I move on to the legendary Phantom Pain. Go back to that game. So, I'm going to smoke and read some stuff. And I feel like there was something else I wanted to say, but I'm kind of eager to finally get playing this, so let's go. So, backstory. Yeah, that's right. So I watched. Well, I've seen all the games chronologically. There's 3 games before this. Snake Eater. And then there was Portable Ops, which was later taken back so that I guess some parts of that aren't canon, and that's still not super clear of like what is and what's not canon. And then Peace Walker, and then this game. So I've seen like full walkthroughs of those games, some of them, most of them years ago. So I went and watched like a summary again today of the story so far. Frankly, I think I've gotten some things spoiled for me that I don't think I should have. Some things that are going to happen in like later games. Not sure which, but actually we'll back out of this for now. I'm not going to do this just yet. Yeah, so I've recapped on the story. So I'm going to go ahead and just like talk about anything in the story going forward and whatnot, assuming that y'all don't care about spoilers or you're as caught up as I am. But yeah, I think it would do good anyways just to go through and read this. Alright, so for us, there is no victory. Snake. There lived a man who was legend among mercenaries. A man who put together a formidable unit of soldiers of fortune long before the advent of private military companies that dared to call itself a nation. A man who, with his nation at his back, made an enemy of modern capitalist society and the world. This is his story. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business, a new kind of business. Miller. Known by code names such as Snake and later Big Boss, he proved himself as an agent of U.S. Special Forces Unit Fox, but a certain incident spurred him to part ways with the military, and he is said to have roamed the world's war zones as a gun for hire. In 1974, Snake and his partner, Kazuhira Miller, were running a small mercenary outfit in Colombia when they were visited by a man claiming to be a professor from Costa Rica's University for Peace. According to this professor, there had been several incidents involving a mysterious armed group of Costa Rica, a country without a military of its own. The professor was accompanied by one of his students, a girl named Paz, who had been abducted and assaulted by this group. The professor and Paz offered to hire Snake to drive the group out of Costa Rica. However, Snake saw through their deception in an instant. My name is Paz, and I will do anything to protect my namesake. Ironic considering some of her last words. The professor was actually a KGB agent in the armed group in question, backed by the CIA. The Cold War was no stranger to a touch overseas, although I guess she didn't actually die, did she? She's still alive. Clandestine operations between US and Soviet agents, but the CIA's motives were a mystery. Paz had escaped from one of the CIA's group's facilities with a cassette tape. On it was the voice of a woman known as the Mother of Special Forces, the Boss. With a popular song from 1973 playing in the background, it was reasonable to conclude that the recording was made recently. Snake was stunned. Boss was supposed to be dead. What was she doing in Costa Rica? I'll do it for the girl, for Paz. The The boss was Snake's mentor, and the only woman he ever loved. But 10 years later, Snake was forced to take the boss's life as part of a mission, a bitter memory that still haunted him. Despite realizing that she simply couldn't have survived, Snake was unable to turn the professor down. Telling himself he was intervening as a deterrent for a defenseless country, as well as to honor the virtue of Paz's name, peace, Snake departed for Costa Rica. Once there, he ran into a unit of Sandinista Liberation Front, a unit of the Sandinista National Liberation Front that had fled Nicaragua. After rising up against the pro-American Somoza regime, these rebels had become targets for the CIA group, who killed their commandant and left the unit in shambles. Everyone treats me like a child. I couldn't stand it anymore. Chico. Yeah, so this guy, I'm not really sure. So I guess, yeah, he's the commandant's. Snake rescued the Sandinistas and invited them back to Mother Base, the new offshore base of operations provided to them by the KGB. The fallen commandant's children, Amanda and Chico, saw something of their hero, Che Guevara, in Snake, and grew to idolize him. This triggered a rapid expansion of Snake's forces. However, he was still no closer to discovering what the CIA was really up to in Costa Rica. I believe in peace through nuclear deterrence. Huey. Snake then encountered Huey, a wheelchair-bound scientist being forced to work for the CIA. Huey revealed the CIA's terrifying plot. They were developing a system by which, following the radar detection of an enemy's nuclear launch, an AI would analyze all available data and automatically execute a retaliatory strike at an appropriate target. Although designed to increase the power of nuclear deterrence, Coldman, the CIA's Central American station chief, planned to actually launch a nuke to demonstrate the effectiveness of automated retaliation. This demonstration was only 5 days away. Snake rushed to the development lab to stop their AI from being completed. You've left everything behind, your country, your identity, your past, and ideals. But there's still one thing you haven't let go of. Upon infiltrating the lab, Snake was greeted by the voice from the tape. That same voice of his lost mentor. But this was in fact the voice of the retaliatory system's AI. Its developer, Dr. Strangelove, had selected the boss, the so-called greatest soldier who ever lived, as the AI's intellectual model. However, succumbing to personal obsession, Strangelove had deviated from the research's original purpose. Not only had she reproduced the boss voice, she was on the verge of bringing her psyche back in the form of AI, driven by a bizarre kind of love. What if the boss could truly be revived in every detail, if only in AI form? Snake hesitated as Strangelove's idea touched his sense of loss. His guard down, Snake was immediately captured. The boss AI was completed, and Peace Walker, the nuclear-equipped walking battle tank housing this retaliatory AI system, went active. I was made to fight. I am a gun. Snake fought in vain as Peace Walker prepared to fire the nuke. But in the face of catastrophe, it was ultimately a machine that saved mankind from nuclear annihilation. The boss AI sank Peace Walker to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua, stopping the launch. Of course it did. I forgot about that. This is fucking dope. With the crisis behind him, Snake took advantage of his recent mobilization to continue Mother Base's expansion indefinitely. Snake understood that the AI had acted to save the world, but that did not change the fact that this system, based on the boss's mind, had chosen at last to lay down its weapon. As a weapon himself, Snake felt the act to be a rejection of his life. Undeterred, Snake and Miller invited Doctors Huey and Strangelove to Mother Base to develop Metal Gear Zeke, a bipedal weapon they eventually equipped with a nuclear warhead, suddenly making their unit a nuclear power. And then this place will no longer be my heaven. Paz. Meanwhile, Mother Base took in Paz, already an orphan, now left without even her KGB benefactor following the end of the crisis. However, this was all engineered by an intelligence agency known as Cypher. Under Cypher's orders, Paz got close to Amanda, Chico, and the others while exploring more and more of the base. I'm getting a bit tired. Sorry, it was kind of autopilot reading. I'm just gonna read this whole thing in my head. Perhaps due to Paz revealing the existence of Snake's nuke to Cypher, the International Atomic Energy Agency contacted Mother Base to request that it agree to a nuclear inspection. If word got out that Snake's unit had a nuclear weapon, it would face severe criticism from around the world. But Huey, acting on his own, informed the IAEA that Mother Base would allow the inspection. His reasoning was that as long as they kept Zeke and its nuke hidden from the inspectors, they can demonstrate to the international community that they were not a threat. The option to call off the inspection hadn't expired. Snake and his men reluctantly got preparations underway. Meanwhile, Amanda, deployed to Cuba to assist the Sandinistas, learned that Paz had survived. Yeah, what was Huey thinking? We'll just hide the massive Metal Gear. The timing could not have been worse. Okay. Suspecting her of turning back on the organization, Cypher had... Wait. Okay. Captured Paz and was interrogating her at a US military base on the southern tip of Cuba. Chico learned of this and set out to save Paz by himself. It was not long before a radio message from Chico reached Mother Base, saying he too had been captured. I know it hurts right now, but it will all be over soon. Pause. With an idea as to Cypher's true identity, Snake could not allow what Chico and Paz knew to fall into their hands. With an idea as to their true identity. Isn't it just Zero and Sigint and Paramedic and Eva and Revolver, who's a double agent for Eva? Oh no, yeah. Or is it Ava? I forget how you pronounce her name, but yeah, she left. But Revolver's still there. Revolver Ocelot as a double agent for her. Or informant or whatever. So what could he be talking about? I just saw a bug. Interesting. Okay. And that's the whole thing. Is we just don't want to be seen as some big threat in the upcoming inspection on Mother Base. We just finish this first of all. If he could rescue Paz, he might be able to get information from her that would help him fight back against Cypher. On the eve of the nuclear inspection, Snake made the decision to leave for Cuba. forget what I was gonna look up. I think I'm caught up. Alright, now I want to play some of these cassette tapes too, and we'll get underway. Load a dab, I think, in the meantime. Let's see.
As of today, I will be living here at Mother Base. Now my real trial begins. Zadornov was paying my room, board, and tuition, but he has since been captured. I told the man that with no more money from the KGB, I could no longer afford school. He bought my story, and when I said I would be willing to work, he took pity on me and let me stay. For some reason, Miller really pled my case. That was helpful, but the man is still a fool. His men are no better. They think their training makes them strong, but that kind of strength is nothing in the face of true power. And better yet, they wait on me hand and foot, believing I am just a schoolgirl. Looks like I won't be working too hard after all. Just today, while scouting out the living quarters, I saw a group of them in the corner of the deck making a fuss. Going over for a look, I saw they were feeding a kitten. A bunch of grown hard men, and they're the ones acting like schoolgirls. Look, isn't he cute? What is wrong with them? Disgusted, I just nodded and smiled. I must stay in character after all. I indulged their chit-chat for a few moments. Then one of them asked me to give the thing a name. They had just taken it from its mother. I named it Nuke. I improvised some nonsense about how our compassion for living things can help prevent wars. The men gave me a little fish. I held it out in my palm and the kitten happily ate it up. What a pathetic, feeble creature. It sickens me. Today, Chico invited me to go fishing with the soldiers. I suppose finding one's own food does have its merit, but I prefer not to be involved in such a degrading task. And their prattling on about fishing being fun is nonsense. I'm not here to find playmates. Nevertheless, distasteful as it was, I went along in order to maintain my cover. Chico thrust a fishing pole into my hands, and we went up onto the deck where several soldiers had gathered. They welcomed us warmly. With so few women aboard Mother Base, I'm treated like a princess. No one suspects I am neither a teenager nor a student. It was nice and sunny, with a gentle breeze and waves. As I cast my line and waited for a bite, the soldiers began to ask me all sorts of questions. As always, I answered according to our predefined scenario, feigning a smile. As I sat there feeding them lies, the fish began to bite, and the soldiers began to focus on their prey. Chico had his bait stolen by a fish, and got so angry that he stood up and nearly fell into the sea. Everybody laughed. It almost made me want to join in too. At some point, I got a bite myself. The instant after I felt that first gentle tug, the fish yanked the line with astonishing strength, and I let out a cry of surprise. I thought he was going to be huge. It was my first time fishing, and I was a bit flustered, so the soldier beside me helped by supporting the pole from behind. "Reel it in," they shouted. I nodded, turning the handle as fast as I could. I wondered what kind of fish live below the surface, and thought back to the deep sea dives I had to do as part of training. Those were difficult days, but I remember finding the multicolored fish gliding through the water incredibly soothing. After a hard fight, I pulled it up. To my surprise, it wasn't even half a vara, rather anticlimactic. But I wasn't doing it for fun, so I wasn't the least bit disappointed. Nuke was hovering nearby with an expectant look on his face, so I gave the fish to him. All in all, a thoroughly wasted day. Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make gallo pinto. It is a simple home-cooked dish consisting of black frijoles mixed with arroz. It is well known throughout Central America, not just in Costa Rica. So it is no surprise that Anika like...
Sorry, I missed. Who did she let out of the cell?
Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell.
Who's Zadornov? Oh, that's the professor. Right. Okay. I think I can listen to some of these just while we're hanging out, right? This is probably going to take a little while. But, let's see. A little bit of music while I load this down here. I'm on a slight incline and it is the best thing ever. Still, I just started a stream. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. Wow, that looks so much better than the compressed 720 video I was just watching. Ooh, sorry, pause. I don't think I hit you that time. Alright, so obviously I don't have very many bullets left. I don't think I noticed last time. This looks so much better too now that I've adjusted the brightness. Okay, so I probably need to make a run for it, huh? Start just like popping dudes. Run right into the door. Stay asleep, please. Interesting. So I pressed A 3 times there, and it seemed like it wasn't. It only worked the third time for some reason. I'd like to be able to understand this, like, crouch system. See, now it's working just fine.
Hey, you okay?
All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Delta 4. We'll investigate ASAP. Out. CP, this is Delta 1. Investigating now. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. Delta 1, this is CP. Give me a sit rep. Do you copy? Come in. We have a situation. All units on alert.
Whoa, that's cool. I didn't think they would do that. I'll take it. That's that. You fucked up.
What? You all right?
Hit me all you want.
Shotgun?
Jolly One.
I feel so bad every time I hit her. I keep doing it. I'm trying to crouch again? What the fuck? Accidentally stand up and then Snake won't even crouch again and then I just get spotted. Cool, cool, good. That's how I wanted that to go. What? What the fuck just happened? No. So when you dive, does he not stay crouched? No, he doesn't. Or prone, I mean. Sometimes he does. I fucking hate this inconsistency of the crouch system, dude. Is it okay? Is it explained anywhere? Can I get an explanation for this fucking bullshit ass crouch system, please? I swear it was not this. Change stance. You're standing, you can tap A to go to crouch. Or when you're crouched, you can tap A to go to stand. Theoretically, that's how it should work. I've done that plenty of times and that didn't work. You can do a long press when you're crouched to go to prone. Or you can tap. Oh, no. Yep. And then when you're prone, you can tap to go to crouch. When you're crawling, you can long press. Okay. Okay, well, we'll see if that helps at all, now that I know. I feel like that changes what I'm doing, maybe slightly. It's nice to know there's an actual, like, there's supposed to be some reason to it. Okay, so you need to come around this way. Ooh, nice. I needed that.
Pain is an illusion. Pain is in the mind.
Go ahead and call the chopper. Keep an eye out for nearby enemies. They could try to shoot down the chopper.
Shit, I forgot I didn't actually put that guy to sleep. This isn't actually a door. Oh, what's that though? Now you are asleep. I totally missed this whole staircase. Oh shit. So I'm thinking maybe over here, if I can. Yeah, like somewhere over in this direction.
Drainage channel. You might be able to crawl in there. Another unit patch. Could there be more of this?
Crawl. Oh, crawl in here. Come on. Yeah, see, like right there, I just tapped A. I guess it was a slightly long press, but it felt like a tap to me. How does this guy not see me? Maybe it's just because I'm perfectly still. Alright, so I want to try something, I think. Oh, that's cool. I saw when I first started the game, they like told me that in the tutorial, but I missed it. Alright, where's that camera at? Right there. All right.
Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I thought Cecile... Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make gallo pinto. It is a simple home-cooked dish consisting of black frijoles mixed with arroz. It is well known throughout Central America, not just in Costa Rica, so it is no surprise that a Nica like Amanda would be good at making it. But I was raised in the States from a very young age, and could hardly even remember my mother's gallo pinto. Having to make chit-chat with that clueless bird lover and the so-called revolutionary was excruciating. And, clueless or not, I wanted to be especially careful around Cecile, the one who actually recorded that tape. Thankfully, Miller and his men seemed to believe I mistook the tape I found for one my friend made. In any case, one can never be too careful. Anyway, the three of us minced garlic and herbs, then cooked them in a pot with frijoles we'd soaked overnight. While waiting for them to cook, we sautéed onions and arroz in a frying pan. Cecile worked the frying pan according to Amanda's directions, but seemed a bit glum. She does have a knack for cooking, though. She is French, after all. We added water to the pan and watched the arroz begin to steam. While we waited, Amanda shared memories of her mother with us. They had been separated because of Simosa, but the taste of her mother's cooking was still fresh in her mind. When the frijoles were ready, we drained the water, stir-frying them with the rest of the vegetables. Quite a complicated process for home cooking. Nonetheless, it kept them occupied. The longer we sat and talked, the greater the chance of my arousing their suspicions. With women, it is not enough to just bat your eyelashes and giggle. It takes a lot of effort to divert attention. When the arroz was done cooking, we folded it into the frijoles and added salsa, stirring the mixture as it simmered. At this point, for some reason, the conversation turned to romance. Why does it have to be that way whenever women get together and chat? Cecile fancies herself to be well-versed in such matters, and gave Amanda all sorts of advice. It was harmless enough, until, to my irritation, she began pestering me whether there was anybody I liked. Not right now, I said, trying to dodge the question. But she pressed on. It's Snake, isn't it? I gritted my teeth and played it coy. Maybe. Cecile nodded and giggled. He is pretty sexy, isn't he? What a ditz. It's all I can manage to just survive. The thought of romance has never once crossed my mind. I have no interest in that kind of...
Oof. Okay.
Preparations are coming along nicely. No one suspects me of being the one to let Zadarnov out of his cell. Today, Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make gallo pinto. It is a simple home-cooked dish consisting of black frijoles mixed with arroz. It is well known throughout Central America, not just in Costa Rica, so it is no surprise that a Nica like Amanda would be good at making it. But I was raised in the States from a very young age, and could hardly even remember my mother's gallo pinto. Having to make chit-chat with that clueless bird lover and the so-called revolutionary was excruciating. And, clueless or not, I wanted to be especially careful around Cecile, the one who actually recorded that tape. Thankfully, Miller and his men seem to believe I mistook the tape I found for one my friend made. In any case, one can never be too careful. Anyway, the three of us minced garlic and herbs, then cooked them in a pot with frijoles we'd soaked overnight. While waiting for them to cook, we sautéed onions and arroz in a frying pan. Cecile worked the frying pan according to Amanda's directions, but seemed a bit glum. She does have a knack for cooking, though. She is French, after all. We added water to the pan and watched the arroz begin to steam. While we waited, Amanda shared memories of her mother with us. They had been separated because of Simosa, but the taste of her mother's cooking was still fresh in her mind. When the frijoles were ready, we drained the water, stir-frying them with the rest of the vegetables. Quite a complicated process for home cooking. Nonetheless, it kept them occupied. The longer we sat and talked, the greater the chance of my arousing their suspicions. With women, it is not enough to just bat your eyelashes and giggle. It takes a lot of effort to divert attention. When the arroz was done cooking, we folded it into the frijoles and added salsa, stirring the mixture as it simmered. At this point, for some reason, the conversation turned to romance. Why does it have to be that way whenever women get together and chat? Cecile fancies herself to be well-versed in such matters, and gave Amanda all sorts of advice. It was harmless enough, until, to my irritation, she began pestering me whether there was anybody I liked. Not right now, I said, trying to dodge the question. But she pressed on. It's Snake, isn't it? I gritted my teeth and played it coy. Maybe. Cecile nodded and giggled. He is pretty sexy, isn't he? What a ditz. It's all I can manage to just survive. The thought of romance has never once crossed my mind. I have no interest in that kind of man. Soon enough, a rich aroma began to fill the room. The gallo pinto was ready. New came over and rubbed up against our legs, looking for a handout. Unfortunately, it was not the kind of food a cat would like. We let a few of the soldiers have a bite, and then headed off to the mess hall. The home-cooked flavor we'd achieved was a big hit with the men of MSF. Not that we are trying to impress them or anything. Even I could manage a dish like that. Snake enjoyed it too. Let me make this absolutely clear. I have no interest in that man.
You can use that to take out their vehicles or anti-air guns. But you'll be broadcasting your position to the whole base. If you're gonna use it, be ready.
Fuck it. Let's try it out. Oh, we have both still. That's dope. Oh my god. What was that symbol? I guess it was just because it was new? Yeah, okay. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? The controls are just like, they're so tight. You just have to, like, every little input is sending like a lot of information sometimes, and you have to, like, it's not that, I don't know. I don't actually know that Phantom Pain will be any different. It just takes a lot of getting used to, potentially. It's just like, ah! Seriously? Like, what was it there that made me lose my... Yeah, let me actually rewatch it, just so I know what just happened. Yeah, it was just that I was, like, trying to take cover, and, like... I guess I don't even know... Okay, hold on, one sec. God damn it. Okay, yeah, I wasn't even trying to go to the cover at all. I just kept trying to fucking, like... So it was that I just had my binoculars out right when he got triggered, so I had to, like, leave the binoculars and then be able to pull out my gun. And so I was trying to do that immediately, so I, like, immediately, once the guy got triggered, I was like, okay, pull out my gun. But in doing that, Snake was, like, trying to fucking take cover and pull out his gun, and also just failing at doing that, so I just couldn't even aim at all. What? I'm trying to decide if I love this game or hate this game. Yeah, no, it still seems like it's glitching out with, like... Okay, here's what we can say for certain. The game should not have operated like that. Right? Like, I'm not crazy. Right? It should be a very simple thing, like, I'm peeking out from the corner. I'm looking out. I'm gonna use my binoculars. Maybe he sees me during that process. Okay, alright, that's fair game. I'll admit that to you. Maybe I'm supposed to do some other way of marking the guy. But if he sees me during that process, I should be able to fucking go left trigger, and then immediately I'm looking at him and shooting at him, not instead where Snake is just like going back and forth in and out of cover, and occasionally I get like a third person reticle, but I'm never even getting the fucking reticle that I should be. Wait, am I supposed to do right trigger for that? Or right bumper? God damn it. No, I wasn't. There wasn't a lack of any button press on my end or anything. I think that's what's so fucking frustrating about it. It's especially with a game like this, like a stealth game, you're in the zone. Like, I was fucking feeling it. I was digging the music. I was feeling it, guys. And like, when you mess up, it needs to be like a chess game where I mess up and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't account for that factor. Or like, you know, even if it's not, you know, like, it doesn't even have to be a factor that I can account for, but there needs to be some goddamn consistency. Like, I loved Phantom Pain, but I don't remember Phantom Pain doing this. That was horse shit. Like, just, I was holding down one button, and what was Snake doing? He was going in and out of cover and going like, reticle, not reticle, reticle, not reticle. Like, what? Huh? So I guess what I have to do next time to try to avoid that bullshit ass getting hung up on the cover mechanic that just happened there is like, okay, so first of all, release binoculars. Don't hit left trigger right away, because it's not going to work. It's going to make the glitch happen. I have to release binoculars, and then I have to move over to the right a lot. I was trying to do that, but it wasn't, it kept snapping back over to the left. So I have to move over to the right, away from the cover, or, you know, reverse things if the cover's on the right. God, I hope that doesn't trip me up. So going over to the side, and then I can pull left trigger, and then I have like a half a second, because I have less time then, because I've waited to pull left trigger, but I can somehow make it work. It's just so goddamn frustrating. I was feeling it, guys. I was fucking feeling it. I think it's late too, but I'm like, you know, I'm feeling it. I was feeling it, and now I'm losing it. That's what's happening. We will be right back. Okay. We are back. So, let's reload this checkpoint. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. That's cool. I'm just right here. So yeah, what is the way that I'm supposed to mark this guy without getting spotted? Oh, and you know what I think it might be? It might have had something to do with, let's turn the flashlight off before I forget. Might have had something to do with the fact that there's a little, like, dip right here. Trying to decide if I love or hate this game. I think I like this game. No, I definitely like this game. I don't know. God damn it. Wait, what? I got another little checkpoint right there. Right when I climbed that. Oh, interesting. I think it moved me out of the way of that guy. Because I was having trouble. I don't need your help, game. Oh, you know what I just remembered? I might actually... Okay. Maybe I should just beat the game right now. If I can, or at least, like, complete my mission. Because once I beat the game, then I imagine that's when I'm going to unlock hard mode. And that'll be kind of perfect for a replay anyways if I'm going to try to go back and get all the, like, XOF patches and all the cassette tapes and whatnot. Okay, cool. That sounds good. So let's kill some folks. Oh boy, here I go killing again. Not like that though. Gotta be kind of cautious with this, but I think I do kind of want to go for a slightly loud approach at some point. Seems like there's that vehicle over there that I might be able to commandeer. If I'm not wrong. I'm not mistaken.
Football, or soccer as it is known in the States,
Football.
is extremely popular here. It has not
I love
caught
her
on yet in
accent.
the US, but it has legions of rabid fans all across Latin America. These fans can get so rowdy that it is commonly believed El Salvador and Honduras went to war in 1969 over scuffles in a soccer match. In reality, tensions between the two countries were already high. The match was merely one of the sparks that set them off. But these people are so passionate about this sport that the story seems plausible. Predictably, many of the soldiers here are fans. They have apparently divided themselves into Costa Rican and Nicaraguan teams and started playing each other. To play, you need a ball and 2 goals. The R&D team built and set up simple goals on the deck. I had absolutely no interest, but Chico insisted that I come and watch. It was not a proper match by any means. The pitch was not even regulation size, but the players and spectators alike got pretty excited. They banged empty cans and shouted cheers through the handmade megaphones. It almost felt like carnival. Huey, the referee, blew a whistle to start the match. The soldiers' training has left them in excellent physical shape, but they lack the honed skills of professionals and their play was quite rough. Midway through, one of the men collided with another. They started shouting at one another, but Huey stepped in. "I thought we had forsaken our countries, become one with the earth," he said, quoting Snake. "We're not competing for national pride here, and we are not fighting for the good of any one country. This is not a war. Soccer is a peaceful sport, am I right?" The soldiers nodded. They know the pain of war, and they share Snake's vision. Perhaps that is why all this resonates with them. Team Costa Rica was down a man, and somehow I was picked to fill in. Costa Rica had the advantage up until that point. I suppose Huey wanted to keep it balanced. The soldiers agreed with Huey's call. Maybe the Costa Rican players felt an even matchup would be more fun too. I could not be bothered to run at first, but chasing the ball out there in the hot sun, I was soon drenched in sweat. Before long, I found myself actively seeking out the ball, partially out of desperation. I picked up a loose ball deep on the opponent's side of the field. Even though he's Nicaraguan, Chico cheered me on, yelling, "Go for it, shoot!" I launched the ball as hard as I could, only to have it blocked by the keeper. Disappointment only increased my determination. In the end, I didn't score a single goal, and Costa Rica gave up its lead. It was really close, though. We congratulated each other on a good match and sprawled out in the shade on the deck, exhausted. The ocean breeze felt so nice on my sun-soaked body. Nuke came over. It is one of his favorite spots, and stretched out next to me. And together, we watched fluffy white clouds drift lazily across the clear blue sky. As of today, I will be living here at Mother Base. Now my real trial begins. It was lovely out today, so I decided to sun myself in a lounge chair up on the deck when Strangelove came up to me. Despite the heat, she was in her usual long sleeves and pants. I waved at her. She looked away and mumbled, "Hello there. Fancy meeting you here." I asked if she needed anything, feeling her eyes creeping up and down my body like she was savoring it. Finally, she swallowed and said, such beautiful skin. Bewildered, I shook my head and said, "No, not at all. I had heard rumors that she was a lesbian. But she couldn't be after me, could she?" She continued to stare and said, "No, it is beautiful, but you must not let yourself get so tanned." And then she took my hand in hers. "What is wrong with a little son?" I asked, trying to cut the conversation short. But she shook her head violently. "No, you mustn't. A young lady should take better care of her skin." She was acting strangely now, as if aroused. She lectured me on the perils of tanning, how it ages skin, causing wrinkles and spots, and in the worst cases, even skin cancer. I knew already that tanning could cause spots, but I thought only pale-skinned Anglo-Saxons had to deal with that. Having a scientist tell me it causes aging, though, that spooked me a little. If I am to keep playing the teenager, I will have to start paying more attention to my skin. Sensing my anxiety, she took a small tube from her pocket. She said it was the sunscreen she always used. She told me to keep it. I didn't know what to say. I was more than happy to take it, but exactly what were her intentions? Was she merely being nice? Or is she really into me? Either way, there was no reason to refuse, I suppose. I have undergone training. An out-of-shape woman does not pose any real threat to me. Having power means not being afraid. It is the same on a global scale. A country with nukes can dictate terms to a country without them. I thanked her and took the tube. Then she offered to put some on for me. She squirted some lotion onto her fingers and began rolling it into my chest. It happened so suddenly, and I was so taken aback that I did not even think to protest. She caressed my stomach with her long white fingers, then slid them upwards between my bikini-clad breasts. "What? Wait," I sputtered as her moist eyes met mine. She was beautiful. Somehow, I found myself captivated by this woman more than 10 years my elder. "Hold still," she whispered in my ear. I nodded silently, unable to refuse. My body went limp, motionless, as if in a trance. Gently, carefully, she rubbed the lotion all over my entire body. I shouldn't have enjoyed it, and yet I could not help myself. For a moment, I was spellbound. That woman is dangerous. I had better watch myself. Protecting one's health is an important part of any agent's job. But despite my best efforts, I have caught a cold. Now that I think about it, Mother Base's numbers are on the rise, with soldiers coming from all different places and backgrounds. It is no wonder then that sooner or later someone would bring in a virus. That said, what I have got is just a common cold. The medical team said I'd need a few days rest, so I've been restricted to my room and put on bed rest. I thought I'd gotten used to not having anyone around to relate to, but at times like these, being alone is just miserable. All I could do was lay there and stroke Nuke's back, trying to take my mind off how bad I felt. Nuke just sat there, not making a sound. But I did have visitors. Amanda and Chico, Huey, Cecile, Miller, and a few of the soldiers I've become relatively close to. Amanda made me a soup with herbs she said were good for a cold. Miller told me to take it easy. "I will sing you a lullaby," he said, then broke out a guitar and sang some incomprehensible song in Japanese. I did not need to understand the lyrics to know he is an awful singer. Then he said, "You know what is good for a cold? Suppositories. Here, I'll show you." He began to take off his pants, so I threw my tissue box at him to make him go away. Then, Strangelove showed up, saying she had some miracle Indian cure. It has got eucalyptus extract, she said. It works best if you rub it into your chest. And then she tried to take off my nightshirt. I whacked her with my pillow, and I got rid of her. Chico brought me a little flower in a cup. It had been growing in a little bit of earth that probably found its way on board stuck to something else. I found this on the deck. Here, you can have it. He tried to act nonchalant, but I am pretty sure he's got a crush on me.
These recordings are awesome. Also, I didn't think they would just be so cool with that. Oh. Already got that checkpoint, huh? Okay. It's only when you crash. Interesting. Makes sense. Just making sure my camera's still going. It's not frozen. Okay, so it seems like I don't got a ton of time here. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can escort pause. Security pause enemies. No one blame but me for that one. As if that's not the case for most of them. Ah, damn it. Well, when all else fails, you can shoot the people with the tank. Right. 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 It's those guys. What's up? Metal Gear, tactical espionage action, driving a tank around. Oh, this is great though. I like very rarely do this in a stealthy game or in a Metal Gear game even. And I know that next time on hard, I'm gonna try to do this whole thing stealthily. But they give me tank, I want use tank. Wait, is that? Yeah, he's dead. Hello. Oh, whoops. The fire button? What? Things were chill again? Okay, let me just restart. I don't need to kill every single person here. We've cleared out the area well enough with the tank, right? Oh, now I gotta go back. Okay, well, this shouldn't take too long. Wait, is that a brand new tank? Oh, hi! Oh, he just crashed. I see. That's not what I wanted. I was like, fuck it, I'll throw the C4 at him, but did not throw the C4.
CP, understood. We are under attack.
that chopper request. It's headed your way now.
CP, this is Zulu 1. Still no sign of the enemy. Standing down. Over. This is CP. Understood. Stand down. Stand down. Return to your post. Out.
Oh, right. These are the different drop zones they showed me.
CP, this is Zulu 7.
I see.
Person. Request somebody to check it out. Over. Zulu 7, this is CP. We don't have the manpower right now. Stay on the lookout for further activity. Out.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
Put the target on the chopper.
This is Morpho. Approaching position.
Stay away.
This is Morpho. I have arrived at marker. Proceed immediately to nearby LZ for extraction.
I'm there.
This is Morpho. On station at LZ. Taking force landing. Stand by. This is Morpho.
Target on the chopper.
Some damage to chopper.
Mission info has been updated.
This is Morpho. I'm hit. He's taking heavy damage.
Snake! Snake!
Medic! She's rigged. Damn it, we were set up!
We gotta get it out. No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
Hold her down! Hold her down! Keep her gut in.
was a bit much.
Breathing stable, no active bleeding. She's clean, I'm closing her up. Hold her steady. It's gotta be a continuous suture.
Control tower, this is Morpho 1. All hummingbirds are on the wing. We'll shake hands, then head back to the cage. Boss, you got a call. Boss, can you hear me?
What's up, Huey?
Our guests are right on time. Document destruction and hangar decontamination are complete. AFVs have been stowed away, and Zeke's on the seafloor along with a nuke. Everyone's got their story straight. The guided tour will be wrapped up by the time you get home.
Make me proud.
By the time they leave, I'll have the IAEA praising us as the poster boys for world peace. Out. Tower, this is Morpho 1. 2, you copy. Can't get through. The link seems fine, but...
inspection was nothing but a smokescreen. I heard explosions, then... They played us like a damn fiddle! Give it back! This isn't right, that was ours! We built it, damn it! You spying bitch! Come on, start talking, bitch! Come on, get up and start talking!
Bob, there's...
It's all right, we got it out.
There's another in my...
Smoke from the disaster was visible from the coastline. The media blamed money-minded private militias, and scandal followed when the U.S. was fingered as one of the organization's top clients. In response, the Secretary of Defense publicly stated that neither the U.S. nor its allies had any hand in the incident. Reports also suggested that IAEA inspectors visited the site. However, the UN and the IAEA insist that no such inspection took place. Other countries among the organization's long list of clients avoided comment altogether. The casualty figure is uncertain. There are no known survivors. However, in the moments prior to and following the incident, several unidentified military helicopters were sighted.
Your favorite song?
Should probably just read
Nicola
it in my head.
Bart.
It's faster.
Immigrants wrongly executed. But their deaths served as a message to others. That ours is a society that murders the innocent. Do you too believe your sacrifice will change the world?
Is this Skullface? Who is this? I'm so excited for Phantom Pain. Oh my god, it's been a long time coming. But we're not doing it yet. I wanna replay Ground Zeroes one more time here, do it on hard mode, but
Here's to you, Nicola and Bart. Rest forever here in our hearts. The last and final moment is yours. That agony is your triumph. Here's to you, Nicola and Bart. Rest forever here in our hearts.
and now I fully understand what the shrapnel's about. The fucking huge chunk of shrapnel that's lodged in his head throughout all of the next game.
Nicola and Bart, rest forever here in our hearts. The last and final moment is yours. That agony is your triumph. Here's to you, Nicola and Bart, rest forever here in our hearts. The last and final moment is yours. That agony is your triumph.
Damn, it's my 8th favorite game. I thought it was higher than that, but yeah. Metal Gear Solid 5. And I've never even beaten it, but it's been in my top 10 favorite games, like, since shortly after I played it. That's the button. Back button. That did the trick.
Cypher's been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak, I've never had the freedom to choose for myself. But you, right now, are free. Do as you will.
This will save Big Boss.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
Not for you.
All right. Zero is...
Don't you die on me, damn it!
He's dropping! Intubate now!
Clear!
No response. Hit him again!
Clear!
You've been in a coma for quite some time. Yes, yes, I know. You would like to know how long.
I think I want to watch this again like this. It's been a long time. So until next time. I guess, yeah, I was gonna say until, next time being like Phantom Pain, but that's not really the case. But yeah, that's all for now. Take care, folks. I lied. I just skipped that cutscene and then it's showing me some more stuff. We're gonna look at this stuff together. Rewards, 2 out of 24. Fastest marking of all enemies trial. Has been unlocked for this mission. Oh, okay. Normal difficulty setting. Okay. Obtain Chico's tapes. 3 out of 7. From Chico. Okay, I'm person okay. Thank you, please. Hard difficulty has been unlocked. Fuck yeah. Eliminate the renegade threat. Side op has been unlocked. Intel operative rescue. Side op has been unlocked. Bro. Classified intel acquisition. Side op. Destroy the anti-air emplacements. Okay. These might not be that big of like a extension or an expansion that's been added onto it, but still, it sounds like There's more than just what I had in mind for a for replay value. Okay, is that everything? Oh, you guys can't see the loading bar. %. What? How am I only 6% of the way? Wow. Alright, bye for real.